excited to come on YouTube. Like, even if I be sleepy, I be excited to come on YouTube. Can't y'all tell? I be really, really excited to come on YouTube. I think this is where I'm supposed to be. I think this is like my home, my virtual home, right? Good evening. Happy, happy Monday. Happy, happy Monday. Happy, happy Monday. Happy, happy Monday. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Come into my virtual home. Come into my virtual place, right? Just in case y'all ain't know, I'm like good and goofy. That's just me. Like, I love to smile. I love to laugh. This is why my prayer is that you all had a delightful day. I pray that you smiled. I pray that you laughed. I pray that you giggled. I pray that you, even if you just stared off somewhere, I pray that you had an amazing day. I pray that your day was productive, even if productivity for you was resting. Like, can we give it up one time for resting? Can we give it up one time? One time for resting. One time for resting, because we are in a world where people go, and we're pursuing goals all of the time. And not that that is a bad thing, but I truly believe that we need to know when to give ourselves rest, right? When to kind of take a step back, chill for a moment, and then go back at it. So y'all come on in. My name is Dr. JaNee Mobley. I am the owner of Success and Wealth Institute, and I help women who desire to make money from their idea all while they are working their 9 to 5. So if you are a woman who works 9 to 5 and want to make money from your idea, I am she. I am the woman. I am the coach to help you get there. What separates me from others is that I'm me. Like anybody else who does what I do, they're not me. The delivery isn't the same. The anointing isn't the same. The presence is the same, is not the same. I am me. And when you get me, you get authenticity, you get vulnerability, you get imperfection. Because guess what? Let me tell y'all, and you get simplicity. That's one thing about me as a coach. I believe in simplicity. The Bible tells us that God is not the author of confusion. Like, we shouldn't be all over the place. We shouldn't, like, somebody, oh gosh, I wish I knew the gentleman's name who did this speech for Primerica years ago. And he said, you're like an octopus on roller skates. A world, how do you say, a world of activity, and you're doing absolutely nothing. Like, you're not being effective. And one thing that I understand is that when you're working a 9 to 5, especially many of you all have families, you have children. If you're anything like me, you have a husband, you have a lot going on. So everything that you do pertaining to your business has to be productive. It has to be effective. It has to produce, right? In some capacity. So we want to make sure that as we're on this journey to building and making money from our idea, we want to make sure that we're effective and we're clear. So this brings us to the topic tonight. If you all haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to the channel. That's the sound for, I think that's the sound that I hear people make. Like, you know, you make the sound for the mouse or the button on your computer. Subscribe to the channel, okay? And make sure you all share this live broadcast. You can text the link to anybody that you know, especially text it to the person that you know that has been talking about starting over again with their idea, or they've been talking about the same book or idea or business for the longest, and they have not pulled the trigger. They have done absolutely nothing. I want y'all to make sure y'all go back and watch my short from yesterday of our son getting out of our truck. And he was just standing there like with the door open, and I'm like, okay, son, come on. Like, literally, I was trying to get him out of the truck so we can go inside the school. And he was just like in la la land in his own area. And I literally put, this is what procrastinators look like when they're saying they want to market their idea or make money from their idea. All talk but no movement, because that's exactly what he was doing. He was just doing all of this and he wasn't jumping out of the truck. Sometimes you got to take a leap. So tonight we're going to talk about clarity and how to obtain clarity so that you can be effective and productive in your idea. So I want you all to, and this is what clarity looks like. I want you to think about two glasses, right? And it's a clear glass. One glass just has complete water in it. It is the best water ever. The other water glass has water and it has mud, right? You've added dirt into it, right? Which one can you see out of clearly? Which one has a clear view? If you wanted to use one to be able to see through, which one can you see through? Of course, the one that has no mud, right? So this is what clarity looks like. When you have clarity, you are crystal clear. You're effective, you are clear on the product that you offer. Most of all, you are clear on who you are. You are clear on whose you are, and you are clear on who you are. You ain't worrying about what everybody else is doing in the marketplace. You're not constantly comparing yourself to other people. You're focused on trying to make sure that you're effective at what you're doing. And what clarity looks like is that you're, again, effective and you're clear on who you are and whose you are. You're clear on your idea, whatever your idea is. So your idea can be a play, your idea can be a book, your idea can be opening up a store, your idea can be doing nails, your idea can be doing hair, whatever your idea is, right? You're crystal clear on it. And what does that look like? You're clear on who it's for, or you're as clear as you can be at this particular point. So you're clear on who your idea is for. Hey, y'all, I love how y'all coming on in and going out and going in and coming out. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you're clear on who your idea is for and what the effect will be. So I'm going to give you all an example. So my idea is to help women who desire to make money from their idea all while they're working their full-time jobs, right? So I'm crystal clear on who my ideal client is. She's a woman. Also, she's usually a believer because a lot of the things that I share come from the Bible. So if you're not a believer and you're easily offended, hey, sorry for you. Next is she knows that she works a full-time job or she works a job, period, right? And she has the idea that she wants to make money from. Very, very simple. Very simple. So the effect of working with Dr. JaNee, the value that you'll get is you'll learn two things. And this is what also separates me. I don't just focus on helping you build a business or make money from your idea. What also separates me is I understand in order for you, the two should go hand in hand. As you build your business, you should be building yourself. Say that again. I want you all to say this to yourself. As you build your business, you should be building yourself. There's no way that your business should be exceeding who you are as an individual. At some point, your business will plateau because you have plateaued as an individual in your mindset and in your way of thinking. And it requires you to stretch yourself beyond a certain point that you never did before. It also requires you to confront things that are uncomfortable. It requires you to confront traumas, insecurities, doubts, and so forth. So you need to be clear, just like that clear glass of water. Who are you? What is your product and or your service, and what does it provide? So in working with me, you're going to overcome mindsets that stifle you and stop you from moving forward in the idea, and you are going to make money from the idea. How? We're going to create marketing strategies and a plan to help you be effective. Very, very simple, right? Very, very simple. So I want you all, one, to be very clear, very, very clear on who you are, and what your product and your idea will do for you. So let's talk about some ways that we can obtain clarity in our lives. And mind you, a lot of the things that I share about business, it can apply to any area of our lives or any area of your life. So understanding this, if you're working a 9 to 5, you're working on somebody's job, your time to build your business is limited, right? So you have to be very, very intentional about how you start your week, how you start your day, how you go about your day, and what you spend your time on. So you want to make sure that you are crystal clear so that as you're planning your week, as you're planning your success, you hit the ground running. And as you throw the dart at the target, you'll hit your target, which is your ideal client. So number one, the first way to obtain clarity is just to stop. Like, people are all over the place. And I'm saying this because I have to reel myself in. Because one thing I understand about being creative is that the ideas start running at you. Like all of this content begins to run at me. And sometimes I have to literally sift through it all. So when I have those moments where I'm feeling clutter or I'm even feeling overwhelmed, because if you're overwhelmed, you're not clear. So the first thing I literally do, I did this at work today, I just stopped. I did it before I went live. I just stopped. I needed a moment because in the process, we're like vehicles, right? The more you run your vehicle, whether it's electric, whether it is gas, or whether it is diesel fueled, at some point you're going to have to refill the tank. At some point, you're going to have to put more diesel in the tank. At some point, you're going to have to put more gas in your gas tank. At some point, if you have an electrical vehicle, you're going to have to plug that vehicle up so that you can increase the electricity for that vehicle. So what? Your vehicle can run for you. If you continue to run, if you continue to keep going without giving yourself time to stop and to rest, you're going to deplete yourself. You're going to make yourself sick. You're going to have mind blocks. You're going to have writer's block if you are a writer. You're going to feel like you're not creative. You're going to be overwhelmed. So the first step that you have to do is literally stop. If you're in the middle of a project and you get overwhelmed, just put the pencil down, close the laptop if that's a thing, and do this is the other thing that I do to obtain clarity. After I stopped today, thank you, Holy Spirit. After I stopped today, I literally got up from my desk and I took a walk outside. Today was the most beautiful day. It is like, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. I took a walk outside for like 10, no, about maybe 15 to 17 minutes. My intention was 10 minutes, but I knew, like, one thing about me as a person, I am very, very in tuned to where I am emotionally. I can tell when I'm getting angry. I can tell when I'm getting overwhelmed. I can tell I'm very, very in tune with my emotions. And one thing that I'm learning to perfect is to be honest about how I feel. So today I was working on a project at my desk and literally I just got overwhelmed because there were so many different pieces to the parts of the project. And I started to get cluttered. I said, you know what? I'm about to stop. I literally stopped. I locked my computer, I got my hind parts up, and I literally walked outside. And I took a walk for about 15 minutes. And I actually did it twice today. Why? Because I needed to get clear. One thing about God's beautiful creation is something about walking outside that just is therapy. I remember when I was seeing my therapist. And I told her I was at home with our kids when we were all sheltered in place. And our oldest son was in kindergarten virtually. I found out I was pregnant with our youngest son, and our daughter I just finished nursing her. Like, I was literally at the end of nursing her when I found out I was pregnant with our son. And I was just overwhelmed because I was at home all day. I would literally act, because I'm one of those people, I can't stand darkness. Like, I'm so much light that I drive darkness out. I can't tolerate it. Like, I cannot deal with darkness. So negativity, all of that foolishness, I cannot do it. So I'm the person, I'm the light. I will drive darkness out. Like, you cannot be negative around me at all. Because you probably would get your feelings hurt. Because I can't do negativity. Like, I don't even have the toleration for it anymore. So what was I talking about? So literally, I got up from my desk and I walked outside. And just like during the pandemic, when I was talking to my therapist, I was like, whenever I leave, like when I get out of the house, it is like I get air. It is like life is literally breathed back into me. When I leave from inside of my house, being inside of the house all day, because I was inside of the house all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for months with our kids. And then when my husband got home, I literally would just, like, when he walked in the house, I walked out the door. And I left everybody in here. Like, and the moment I went outside, it was like God breathed the breath of life into me. And what she was saying was the way that God made creation, the colors outside, The light outside, it is therapy for us. So if you ever notice that whenever you are in the hospital, if they can roll you outside, they gonna roll you outside, because being enclosed all of the time is not good for our mental health. So number one, in order to obtain clarity on in any area of your life, just stop. You've been running all day. You've been taking people different places. You've been working on a job. And then you trying to come home after you done gave all of this energy to all of these different places. And you wonder why you are completely depleted when you get home. Give yourself time to just be your, what I call your first name. The second thing is, if you ever get to a place and you're overwhelmed, take a walk outside. Allow the air, allow the greenery to just breathe life into you. Because it's something about the sun, the physical sun and the sun of God just beaming down on your beautiful skin. Excuse me. So number one, you want to make sure you stop. I added, and meaning stop emotionally and mentally. So, and physically. So sometimes you just literally need to physically stop yourself. And then when you're sitting down, stop overthinking. Just stop thinking for a whole minute. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll turn my timer on, I'll close my eyes, and I will just breathe. I will try to hear and feel my heartbeat, because what that does is it takes the focus, because you remember we are creators, right? So you have to shift your thoughts in a different direction. So if you are overwhelmed mentally, the first thing you need to do is close your eyes, breathe, and listen. Direct your attention to your breathing, direct your attention to hearing, listening for your heart, feeling your heartbeat, because that takes all of that focus off of whatever the negativity and the confusion was, and it helps you to focus on an area that will allow you to relax. You cannot be tense in order to obtain clarity, because it's just like that dirty glass of water. All of that stress, all of that overwhelm is like dirt filling up a clear glass of water. It's going to make your water, your thoughts, muddy. So you want to clear your thoughts and refocus on an area that will rejuvenate you. So next, once you do that, so we just said number one, and I'm almost done. I'm about to like stop on this because I end up having more tips than what I thought. But God just does that. So number one, you want to stop. Number two, if needed, take your butt outside. Like if it's daytime, just go for a walk. Just go for a stroll. It is good for your body. It's good for your mind. Let me tell y'all, I don't like exercising, but I love what exercising does for me. I love the results. And I'm not just talking about losing weight. I'm talking about losing weight in my emotions. It literally helps and aids me relax. It aids me to just sit down. It relaxes my body. It's just something about exercise that does something, just does that for me. So again, number one, just stop. Completely stop everything that you're doing. Number two, make sure that you go take a walk outside. Okay. Number three, and this I think it's gonna probably be the last tip because I'm sleepy. Like I am sleepy. Why am I whispering? That's just the goofiness in me. But but sometimes you have to literally shift your thinking to an area that will refuel your body. Even if your body, even if your physical body is not moving and your mind is always going, it will mentally exhaust you. So you're going to have to take the time to refocus your attention. And sometimes I literally would do this. I would set my timer or alarm to have like literally quiet time where I would sit and listen, meditate, and hear myself breathe, right? And feel my heart pump. Because it takes all of that focus off of a project, off of a goal, off of pursuing a goal, off of all of that activity, and it causes me to focus on an area that's going to rejuvenate me. Okay. So again, let's go back over those tips for clarity. One, and this is the number one thing, stop. All this grinding that you're doing to get to obtain these goals, and you're left depleted and just almost sick. Give your body a chance to rejuvenate. Give your mind a chance to regroup. Number two, if you got to stop, take a walk outside. Excuse me, you want to stop and then take a walk outside if it's daytime. Allow the air of God, allow the atmosphere of God, allow the nature that God created to refuel you, to restore you, to rebuild you. And lastly, shift your thought. So, first of all, you may want to ask yourself, what is causing me to be cluttered? What is causing me to be overwhelmed? And one of the most powerful things that you could ever do for yourself is be honest with yourself about yourself. Be honest about how you feel. A lot of the times we get focused on going, and accomplishing a goal to the point that you're not honest when you're tired, that you don't give yourself grace to just rest. And then you wonder why you're frustrated, aggravated, fussing and cussing everybody out, and not achieving the things that you want to achieve. So just make sure that you are honest with yourself, okay? So I'm going to close out here. Also, October 14th, I am hosting the Know Your Worth Conference for women who want to make money from their idea. If that is you, I want you to go to the description and click the link and register. Or if you want to go there just to learn more, click the link and learn more. Right? So I appreciate you all. You are having a phenomenal evening. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Y'all have an amazing evening. Remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all.